Hey, Lugnuts, how y'all doing tonight, man? Sorry for coming on here so late, and you know, uh, just I was headed to. Hold on, just a second. I got a little microphone problem here. I was headed to Elizabeth, Colorado, and good friend of mine in the monster truck business called me, and he said, "Hey, I heard that somebody from Bigfoot had passed away." And he said, "Do you know anything about it?" And I said, "No, I don't." And he said, "Well," he said, "I hear it was Dan Runti." And I was like, I hadn't heard anything. So I told him, I said, "Let me make a couple calls and I'll get back in touch with you and let you know." So I called one of my buddies, Larry Swim, and I'm sorry, guys, this is really hard. Uh, I said, "Larry, I heard that somebody got killed today." And he said, "Yeah," he said, "it was Dan." And I said, "Well, I mean, I lost it. I didn't say anything else. I just lost it." I started slamming my hands on the steering wheel. And, uh, I couldn't believe it. This man was amazing. He was a definite friend. We done a lot of shows together. In fact, when I started my monster truck career, uh, Dan was the first Bigfoot driver that I worked with, and it was, I'll never forget it. I have some pictures over here on the wall, and Dan was the first one, man, to do the shows with. He was a great man. We hit it off. We did a lot of shows together, uh, and then I got to meet a lot of other great people. And we we would run into each other from time to time. And one day I was sitting here at my house out to the roller dome, and the phone rang, and it was Dan. And he said, he called me little buddy. He said, "Hey, little buddy, where you at?" And I said, "I'm here at the house." And he said, "Why don't you give me your address? I'm going to come by." And I said, "Are you in town?" And he says, "Well, I'm fixing to be." And he says, "What's that address?" So I gave him my address, and all of a sudden I look coming down the road, and here comes Dan Runti, and he's got the Bigfoot semi, and he's got his truck inside, and he was going to a show, and he just stopped by to say hi and spend the night with us. My wife absolutely loved him. Of course, she liked a lot of the monster truck guys, man. They were always very courteous to her. But you know, she didn't get to know him very much because we were always on the road, and we was never here at the house. So the ones that came to the house were very special in her world. So we had several Captain Morgans, and talked about times and shows and different things that we were going to do. Dan was big into going overseas and helping with the soldiers and stuff. He was very well respected in the business, man. If you if you Google him or go on to YouTube, you can see he was the one that jumped over. In fact, he was in this truck right here. He was in this truck when he jumped over the airplane, uh, and I believe it was out in Vegas. And he done some amazing stuff. He was just a one hell of a driver. There's a lot of good drivers out there, but I'm telling you one thing right now. I'd put up the team that Bigfoot had probably against anybody when I was really hard into the monster truck business. I would probably put those guys against anybody. They were there for you if you needed them in the pits. They were right there helping you wrench. They were helping you do anything you needed. Hello, Sean. How are you? And hold on just a second. I need to answer this just for a second, guys. Hold on. Jenny, I'm right in the middle of a show. Can I call you back? Okay. I'll call you soon. It's phone calls like that I've been getting all night long, and people that love Dad just as much as I did. When you spend a lot of weekends together on the road, uh, you become a family, and you care about the ones that you care about, and the other ones you still care about. But it's just tough. It's just tough, man. Really tough. Uh, but anyway, he's going to be missed. I remember so many different times when he come to Denver, and we would always get him a display at the auction, and he would come and shake hands with all the people, and just all the dealers, and they just love looking at the truck and everything like that. I mean, I had several trucks at the auctions before, and all the dealers were amazed at different things about the trucks. But when Bigfoot showed up, it was just another. It was just the dealers just flocked around. In fact, this year at the Denver Auto Auction, I got a hold of Tony, and Tony he had a Bigfoot truck. He made it available for us, and we had a Bigfoot truck at the auction. And the dealers were out there looking it all over and stuff. And it's just it's a sad day when anybody dies, of course, but when you lose somebody that you spent a good portion of your life with, your career with, and you knew you could always count on Dan when when you needed him in the show. He would always do something spectacular. He'd always save the show. He'd always help out. In fact, I have some pictures over there, and I'll take some. I got to take a picture of a picture because I've lost a lot of photos on my phone and stuff. But I got a picture of Danny Torgerson and I, and we're standing, and it's in Alexandria, Louisiana, and we're standing there, and it's during the show, and Dan is jumping over some cars, and it looks like he's jumping over us. And I mean, I got pictures of Bobby Holman and different things like that from that show, and that's one that like one of my very first ones. So I really hold those kind of things fond to memory. I also have, yeah, Shawnee was, man. Uh, uh, yeah, live in Alexandria. Oh, you do live in Alexandria now, huh? Wow. Well, that's cool, Sean. I got a buddy that's on the lives. His name is Sean Green, and he was always around with the monster trucks and stuff, taking photos and stuff like that. And he's another one, that become family. And so tonight, I know that the monster truck family, my buddy, my good friend, and my mama, my monster truck mama, Jennifer, she used to take care of us, and she did a lot for us out there, and Dan was one of them. And it's just, excuse me just for a second. But I just felt that I just felt that I had to get on here tonight and not make you guys feel sorry for me, but make you feel sorry for a legend in the monster truck community, man. One of the great ones. He started his life out when he was 18 years old, and he was Gene Patterson was Colt Cobra, and Dan became Ricky Rattler. And he's always was with Bigfoot, and they did. Uh, they did so much, man. This man did so much in the monster truck world. He done more than some of these drivers will ever do. Uh, I mean, these new drivers, they're good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they do amazing things, and I'm not dissing anybody in the monster truck world, but you got to be you got to be special to fall in the category. In my book, this is my opinion. You got to be special to go into the category of being as good as Dan Runti. And he was good at driving, but he was a good human being. I mean, he was a great human being. He was just, if you were a friend of Dan Runte's, you were a friend for life, man. I mean, he would. I'd always ask him. I said, "Man, how you been doing?" Or we'd be talking about something. I said, "Did that scare you?" They go, "No, I've never been scared. I've been shocked a couple times, but I've never been scared." And and that's the truth, man. I mean, if he was scared, he never showed it. He never showed it at all. And even at the show in Alexandria, he was an old arena, big dome arena and stuff, and he come out and he did a wheelie, and the truck got up on two wheels, and it did a soft rollover. I mean, it didn't harm the truck at all. Just a real soft, laid it over on its side, and he got out, and he was so upset that he disappointed the fans, that he disappointed the promoter, that he disappointed the name Bigfoot. Uh, he was blaming himself for everything, and we're like, "Hey, man, this is just what happens. It's things like this that happen." And he's like, "Yeah, but it don't happen to me." He said, "It just doesn't happen to me. I don't put up for that kind of stuff." And he didn't, man. He wasn't one of those careless ones that went out there and tried to do crazy stuff in a truck or anything like that. He uh, he was just a good guy, man. He was just a great guy, and I'm really bummed that I found out this news tonight. I really am. My heart goes out to his family, number one, and number two, my heart goes out to the Bigfoot family, man. Trent and Bob and everybody that worked at Bigfoot, man. I know if they were listening, that they would agree that Dan Runti was, Jim Kramer too. Dan Runti was a one of a kind. Larry Swim would back me on this too, man. I mean, he just, God, he's just a great guy, and you just that kind of knowledge. Drivers respected it. Drivers respected that kind of knowledge. They just knew that Dan knew what he was talking about. He knew how to set up a truck right. He knew what the track was like. They asked him and they'd listen to him. He wouldn't give all of his secrets away, man. What driver would give all of his secrets away? But Dan was there to help. He didn't want to see anybody get hurt, and he wanted to always put on a good show. He always wanted to put a good show on. He wanted, when he left that building, I spent many times in the autograph line next to him, and he would take the time and and talk to people. And sometimes the other guys would be like, "Come on, Runte, man, we got to go eat. We're hungry. Let's get out of here," But Dan would talk to everybody, man, and he'd sign flags, and it just a great man, just a great man. So I just wanted to get on here, and I was talking with Brent Arnold and just a little bit ago, and Brent Arnold is another driver, and I talked to Don King, and I've talked to Josh Kirkshire right here on the other end right here, and this is another guy in the monster truck world, and my phone hasn't stopped, but You just can't replace a Dan Runte, man. You can't. There's no way that you're going to ever be replaced. He's going to be remembered. He's going to be, and I'm not sure. I got a hold of Colby, but uh, I couldn't talk to him. I just had to ask him if he had heard because, the guys from the Monster blog, man, they're family too. And we all spent many a night together. And after dinner tables or sitting around having a Captain Morgan together or whatever it happened to be, having lunch or in between shows or whatever. And I just told Kobe, I said, I can't talk to you, man. Too many memories are coming up right now of us being there. And I just, you know, I'll call you later on. And he said, hey, I had my moment with my wife. And he says, I totally understand, Roller. And he said, you call me when you get a chance. And I said, I will. But if you guys, you know, I consider my classic car family uh, the same way. I spend a lot of weekends with you guys. And you guys have become my monster truck family, really. I mean, I'll never lose them, but you guys have become my new monster truck family. And it's just, I love you guys just as much. I really do. I love to be able to do what I do for the monster truck community, for the classic car community, whatever it happens to be, and that's my gift. I mean, that is definitely my gift, and I love being there for them when they need me. If they need me to be a spokesperson for them, I'm there for them. But if you guys get a chance, just Google up Dan Runte and see his accomplishments, what he has done in the motorsports business for monster trucks. It's totally amazing. It really is. I mean, like I said, he started when he was 18 years old. 18 years old, and to come in behind a guy like Colt Cobra and kind of be his sidekick, Ricky Rattler. Ricky Rattler. I used to tease him all the time, I'd say, ladies and gentlemen, out here and driving Bigfoot is Ricky Rattler. And he's like, man, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, But he's just a good guy. And he had a great laugh. He had $1 million smile. He was just an awesome dude, man. And he was my brother. He was my brother. And I lost my brother today. And it sucks. It really does. So I just wanted to get on here and pay a little tribute. I'm not looking to do this long because I can't. I'm surprised I've done it this long. But I just want to get on here and just pay tribute to Dan, is what this is. If I had some video footage, and I know that Colby and all those guys do, they're going to have some great footage. I have some stuff, some pictures and stuff, and it was Dan's last season, and he was up in Loveland driving one of the newer trucks. And I have some footage. I got to try to find it if I can and see how I can get that turned in and put on the site and let you guys see it. But God, it just my heart's broken right now, and you know you, you you I wished I would have. Of course, you always say that, but I wished I would have called him more. But when we talked, in fact, I called him to get a monster truck, and he called me back, and he goes, "Little buddy," he said, "all the trucks are out." He said, "I can't get you a truck." And I said, "Hey, I understand, man." And then finally, Tony got something where there was a truck coming through, and he made it happen. So anyway, just Google Dan Runte if you would, and Bigfoot, and check it out, man. It's amazing. He's an amazing man, and he'll always be my friend. He'll always be my brother, and I'll remember him. And I'll probably be paying a lot of tributes to him throughout my lives and stuff, and different things, because there's going to be different moments that come up, and just be one of those things, man, that I got to speak out about it. So Once again, to all the folks in his family, to all my Bigfoot family, to everybody, man, to my brothers, Larry Swim, and everybody, man. I know you guys are in shock, and just like I am, and so peace out. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.